Hey everybody, this is Dr. Dain. Welcome to this installment of the Tour of Consciousness from my backyard in lovely Houston, Texas. I'm home finally after 7 weeks away. Wow! And what a whirlwind of amazing adventures it's been. Seeing amazing people's lives change, literally all around the world. How did I get so lucky? And so, what is the tool for today? Well, what do you do when it feels like everything is falling apart? What do you do when it feels like so much has changed, you just have no idea what to do? Where do you go? What do you do? What's the resources you need? What are the questions you need? What are you doing? Where do you go? Well, what if what looks like it's falling apart is actually everything falling together in a totally different way? You know, sometimes when you have amazing structures built up in your life of limitation, in order to let them go, you literally have to see what you thought was valuable change before your eyes to see whether it was valuable or not. So everything you've done to make you wrong because things are changing so much and they feel so weird and they feel so different, you assume you must have done something wrong to get there. Will you destroy it and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, that's the first thing. When a pock and pot everything you've done to assume that there's a wrongness in what you're currently experiencing, what if there's no wrongness? What if everything you thought was a wrongness of you is actually a strongness of you? And what if what's going on right now is you're actually having the change in your life show up that looks totally different than the way you thought it was going to be? One of the things I've noticed for myself, and one of the things I have said in every class I've ever done probably, and also it's one of my worldwide coordinator, her name is Simone. One of the things she says to me she said, I am so grateful you have said this to me because I found this to be true over and over and over is it never looks the way you think it's going to. Never looks the way you think it's going to. So the first thing you want to do is pock and pod the wrongness of you. Second, ask, is this the change I've been asking for? Then it's showing up totally differently than the way I thought it was going to. Is this the change I've been asking for showing up totally differently than the way I thought it was going to? And everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive what's actually going on, will you destroy and create it, please? Times a gazillion, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Then you also want to have this question. If I were truly creating my life today, what would I choose right away? No, that wasn't a baseball signal. There was a little bug on my ear that I wanted to get off. Okay, if I were truly choosing my life today, if I were truly creating my life today, what would I choose right away? Okay, so those are three real simple things that can get you started to realizing that when you really think they're falling apart, 99% of the time it's actually, well, probably 199,000% of the time, it's actually them falling together in a totally different way than you thought they would or could. Please recognize this. Please recognize that this is actually what's going on. There is no wrongness of you, my beautiful friends. So, the other thing you want to ask is, what strongness of me? If I were to acknowledge it, would this situation show me? What strongness of me would this situation show me if I were to acknowledge it and allow it to be? What strongness of me would this situation show me if I were to acknowledge it and allow it to be? And everything that doesn't allow it, times a gazillion, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, pock, shorts, boys, and beyonds. The other thing is, if you feel like everything is falling apart, please go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Dr. Dain Heer. There's playlists there of things like, who does this belong to? There's discussions about how to use pock and pod. There's interesting point of view, I have this point of view, and something like 85 or 90 other videos of all kinds of different things, every one of which can be a contribution to you in changing it. Go there, see which one feels lightest, watch it and see what it will contribute to you. I made those videos for you. I made them so you'd have a resource, something to turn to in those hours where you feel like there's nothing else that you could turn to. And I made them because that's what I would have wanted 14 years ago before I had these tools and before I was part of creating these tools and getting them into people's hands all around the world. So, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being part of the Tour of Consciousness. Look for my upcoming email asking you a few questions about some things because I'm going to look for your input on a few key areas in your life and the questions you want to ask and answer them on my new Gaiam TV show. That's a little teaser for you. So, I look forward to being with you next time, my beautiful friends. Please, what if you, truly being you, are the gift, the change, and the possibility this world requires? I look forward to meeting you next time. Thank you. Bye.